Hello and welcome to this Fallout 4 settlement tour. This is XtremeWackazoid and today we're looking at Sanctuary Hills. This is on the PS4. I'm using a number of mods which are listed below. And Sanctuary Hills is the first settlement that you build typically, and it is also the site of the character's home. And I have a settler on top of that building for some reason. And it's a large building space, large open space, and there's a lot that you can do. And so I'll show you what I have. And I have heavy laser turrets and minigun turrets that are typically raised up high, and I raise them up high to protect them from melee attackers. And what I wanted to do with Sanctuary Hills is to repair the structures that were already existing, and to build some structures that look very similar to those. And so the first structure here is sort of like a check-in area. Basically, I wanted Sanctuary Hills to kind of be like the capital of my settlements. And so here's a check-in security guard with a security desk, and here inside is like an armory. So there's a lot of different containers here with weapons and some gun racks and things of that nature. There's also a bed in here. So this would be kind of like the ready room of Sanctuary Hills. And inside here, this was kind of like my player home for quite a long time. And so in here I had some build area for power armor. I moved most of my power armor to my new player home, which is the Mechanist lair. But I decided to keep up these power armor workshops because I continue to find more power armor, so I'd like to have a place to put it. And so this is one of the structures that I built, and so this is the wood with the Home of the Future skin on it. And so with the existing structures, what I wanted to do is to put a proper roof above it. And I did a pretty good job of that, except there's a chimney like right in the middle. And so there's like one side of a roof over here and then another side of the roof over there. So it doesn't quite go all the way together. So what I decided to do was inside these is to put some roof, this is upper floor wood, just going across inside, so it would actually protect from the rain kind of completely. And so this is one of the residences. Typically I only have about 8 settlers, but here I have I think 15, so it's like all of my companions pretty much. And then 3 farmers, 4 vendors, and a provisioner, and a couple of guards as well. And so this is what one of the residences looks like. There's these bathroom areas where I put a toilet and a shower. I use these Institute beds to kind of go with the Home of the Future vibe. And then with Scrap That Settlement, I cleared out a lot of area. I gave them all a functioning kitchen and some tables and chairs. So I won't show you every residence because they all look pretty similar, but I also tend to put these chairs and tables out in this garage area with like a grill. And there's some good videos out there of how you can repair those roofs similar to how I've done, so I won't explain too much of it. In here is like a restaurant area. It's a lounge, and so it's a larger restaurant area. I like to have a restaurant area because the settlers will come and congregate here, and they'll come and sit down after a hard day's work, and they'll line up at this restaurant, and looks like they're ordering food and then eating food. And so I like to use these ceiling fan lighting, and it's a pretty well lit area, and I like for the restaurants to look like a functioning restaurant. So there's a oven and some cabinetry, sinks, a refrigerator, coffee maker, a radio, and then there's these cafe seating inside with some signage as well. And with this shack housing, I tried a different method of putting a roof above, which is just this wooden shack style roof. It looks kind of goofy, I guess, but I was just really bothered by the fact that I couldn't complete the roof, so I wanted to try something different there. And so inside here is where I keep a bunch of my workbenches, and so here's another power armor station. And then inside there's a bunch of different workbenches. So there's a cooking station, armor station. I have a couple of different containers for different items. So this would be like for medicine, that's for like guns, miscellaneous items, clothing, and that was like for clothing that I could put ballistic weave on. And then inside somewhere I have, there's a bed, and then my chemistry station as well. I put a merchant's stand here, caravan stand. Looks like there's actually two merchants here at the same time, which is kind of funny. It's Carla. There's three of them. They're all here together. Wow. There's the doctor and the armor vendor, and they're all standing at the same station. That's kind of funny looking. And so this is one of the structures that I made a residence to look pretty similar to the other structures that were already existing. And so inside I will show you this one. Again, this is the wood with the Home of the Future skin, institute bedding, some inside walls. And if you're not familiar with interior walls, they don't necessarily snap. So what you can do is you can just kind of fit them inside. The other method is to make the game think that that is the edge of the structure. So just put the floor and the ceiling ending there, and then you can typically fit a walls inside. And so here's a kind of a false wall closet door into the bathroom with a sink and a shower, and again a functioning kitchen as well. And then inside here, I wanted, again, this to be kind of like the capital for the Minutemen. And so inside here is kind of like a town hall. And that's being broadcast somehow. So there's like a camera here and some lighting up in front, and like a speakers podium with microphones. And then maybe this is like the people who get to decide things all sit here, and there's like typewriters and stuff, and a ham radio, Minutemen flag. And then inside here there's toilets again, sink and a shower. And then in here, I didn't quite know what I was gonna do with this space. What I did was I put like a little bit of a jail, since I hadn't used those build materials before. So there's like a cots in here with a toilet and a sink, and so maybe they have some kind of justice system outside of just killing people. I highly recommend using one of these. It's a Vault-Tec population control, and it's great because you can tell your settlers what to do and they'll remember it. Down here I have some water purifiers. You can fit a lot of water purifiers here along that river, but I like to use just 2 or so to make it look kind of realistic. And one of the first things I do is I decide where I'm going to put my power source, and so my power source is inside here, and I always put a barrier around it because attackers will target it. And then here's my other vendor stands inside here. This is the warehouse structure. This is a clinic vendor and clothing vendor. I use these armor stands for that, and then a general store vendor as well. And I like to make it look like they're actually selling something. So hopefully this will give you a few ideas of what you can do with the space. If you like what you see, you can hit like, and you can subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you.